Hello there, my name is Retro. I like to talk about animation, and today we do a segment I like to call Abandoned Animated Films. In this segment, we focus about animated films that is not that popular, or it has this sort of franchise but never really crossed or really hit with mainstream audience for some obvious reasons or not. And today we'll talk about the franchise of Legend Quest, or in Spanish they call it La Leyendas. And this new animated film is basically sort of a spin-off series. Technically is sort of a prequel to the main series. What I mean is this series have three different branches. The main series, that'd be the movies. The other two spin-off series is basically retelling the story of the Legend Quest but different points of view. And this one is focused on the main line. Of course, if you don't know what this franchise is, let me explain. It's a very simple franchise to easily go in. In fact, you could go any type of spin-off series or any movies. You get at least the gist of the whole story. But you don't, here's the small facts. It's basically follows a main lead called Leo, who have this sort of gift to see basically dead people. And this is the thing, he doesn't know what to do with it, why he have this gift. But he can easily help someone or know that person he chooses, but only thing is sort of his guilt kind of forces him to actually help. Usually he's trying to avoid it, but sometimes you have this gift, can you use it or not? And basically that's sort of the whole point. But interesting enough, you have other allies who actually are ghosts or magical creatures who help him out, but not like Dragon Ball Z, I beat the villain. No, it's almost this series about strategizing, accepting your weaknesses, and go around that sort of weaknesses. And that's basically it. It is a family sort of Scooby-Doo type of franchise, and it's the reason why everybody like it, because it is kind of interesting and fun. But it depends which movie you see, because the franchise movies are usually kind of bad. I mean, at least the first one and the second one. But the Origins one, this new film, is probably the best film of all the films to get combined. I think the fan base says this is basically the second or third best film in the franchise. And I have to say, yeah, it's pretty good. If I already seen it, but what is it about if you have to know all the whole 4 or 5 movies to actually appreciate this? I have to say, no, you don't need to know anything. You go blinded here, because that's how the franchise is built. You don't need to watch multiple films to enjoy one film. But this is, you could be a little bit lost just for a few seconds, because they do repair some characters that are surprising you, because this is the Origins. So you'll be kind of confused, but once more, just a little bit. Now, this sort of explains why Leo has special abilities. It's because he was sort of dropped this sort of location, this huge building that is known to be haunted, but his brother left him there for a few seconds so he could buy some snacks, and return back. He sort of disappeared and reappeared for a few moments. During this reappearing, he actually went to the underworld, to all the magical creatures and ghostly demons who roam the underworld. But this actually has an explanation why he reappears, because this sort of witch who wants the power to cross over the human realm. But because Leo was there by accident, he also took the magic power to cross over. Now the witch is lost her chance to cross over because Leo usurped all the power. But during this time, you follow our two main leads of this film, because you do not really follow Leo, because Leo is a child, he's a baby. You follow the basically two mascots of the whole franchises, Fernando and Balibunda. Both characters are basically do not talk in the main movie film. They're usually there to help Leo. They're the ones who sneak in, sneak out, small little places, but they're always helpful, but you don't know why. It always was sort of a mystery why they actually help Leo so much. And this movie sort of explains why did the main lead and why they don't talk and why they're so helpful to Leo, because that's the one who saved him before the witch got to him. That sort of responsibility accident gotten. But interesting, the both main leads are basically little demons, because in their hometown there are actually little scamps who does a lot of horrible things. They're basically the Bart Simpsons of this universes, but they sort of still kind of growing up, understanding their responsibility, understanding to be polite, nice, kind, to be actually useful in society, but they chose to be having fun and being little demons just to entertain themselves. And that's sort of interesting because easily you could actually hate these two characters, but the show makes them likable enough not to actually hate them. Of course, this movie does explain why they don't talk. In fact, this is like the first time, but the only time both characters actually talk. And they do talk a lot. They're not annoying, they're very enjoyable, but you can see why they do little bandit things, because they want adventure, they want excitement. But once more, they're sort of young to understand that could actually kill you is actually be safer to be boring than have an exciting life. Especially the guardian called Eliseto. He is basically the magical creature called Alabiriges. They're basically kind of maybe sort of powerful. They're so unknown what they actually are. The only reference we do get in the franchise is this big civil war around the magical creature, specifically and the Alabiriges. Sorry, I cannot say the name correctly. So they're very few and very rare in the franchise. And this old man who protects the two candy kids are basically their father figure. He's the one who tried to set them straight, behave right, became a very proper people in society. But once more, he keep trying, but the kids will not listening till Leo steps in by accident, because that's the one who saw this witch trying to kill Leo because of his special abilities, and they just started intervening between and captured Leo and to protect them, to push him to cross over in the human realm that he actually be safe. But not knowing why the witch want Leo, they decided to go to sort of a magical creature quest. This wise elder who knows every type of information about the world. Hopefully they give information to help them to let Leo cross over. During this time, this adventure, they do meet other type of characters. You have Eva, that she is a very interesting character because she's sort of our airhead, but she has two special abilities. One ability to create life, the other ability to take life. She can basically describe her, she's sort of the poison ivy of this franchise. She could create basically like plants come alive, trees, but only for a few seconds, because her second ability can actually ramp them automatically. In that self, her abilities make her sort of who she is, what's her point of life, because she doesn't know what to do. And this is the reason why she sort of joined the group, because one, she is kind of useful in the team, but at the same time she wanted to know what's her reason existing, because she's half dead, half alive. And the movie doesn't really explain it, because she's sort of confused. She just want to know what's her purpose, why she was created, and that's why she joined the group. Also, you have another character called Shibo, that he was sort of a double agent in the group, because the evil witch forced him to join the group so he get closer to the child, so he could take it and give her to the witch. But he only doing this is because he has no choice. He's sort of like Diego from Ice Edge, that he is sort of grumpy and mean-spirited, but he actually does care about the group and care about Leo. And that sort of decisiveness, should I do this, should I not, sort of conflict, make him a little interesting. Of course, all these new characters do have a little time with them and see how they act, the reason what they do. Of course, I kind of wanted to be a little bit more longer to understand the character and the motivation, because there is some questions not answered. Like, for example, like the witch doesn't really have a good explanation why she wants the power, why she wants to cross over, just because. But we don't actually have an answer. Even her henchmen, that are very well created drawings, that I kind of want to know more about them, but we don't know why she's helping them. It's because they are also scared of her also, or they are doing it for their own reasons, in other words. But once more, we don't know. Even Eva, that she is very interesting, But once more, we do not know enough information, and that's probably weakening the movie a little bit. But at the same time, because of the likability of the main lead, doing this quest, figuring it out, make this series sort of still very likable, very charming, even though you don't know all the answers. Of course, probably has a reason why, because they also want to do more spin-off series. Maybe the next sequel or spin-off series, they explain some of the lore, who they actually are, and the reason why they stuck in the underworld. For now, they just want a big ass mystery. But of course, you've been this franchise before. That's basically pretty normal, because sometimes they have a habit that not explain certain things that you have to wait later on. They actually explain to a TV series or a animated movie. For now, you have a great time watching this. Of course, there is maybe 1-2 problems besides not knowing the motivation. The second thing is, they do have sort of Mexican references. Like for example, there's one that is when the characters start talking because she was left alone for a few seconds. But she was talking, panicking, but she actually referencing a very well-known pop star song in Spanish. And it was sort of clever, very funny, if you know the song or know the pop star. If you don't, you will be sort of confused, like why she's talking this way, what's she trying to do. But once more, they don't do this that often. They only did it maybe 3 times of the whole film. So those 3 times you will notice like being confused what they're trying to say. But all of that, I still recommend it. If you have the chance to watch this film, FYI, you can watch this film online. Wink wink nudge lunch, especially on YouTube. Just put the title of Leche Quest The Origin, or the Spanish version, La Leyenda's Origen. You could actually find it, and also put Google Translate to translate the whole film if you wish. I do not recommend it. Wink wink nudge nudge. But other than that, I have a great time. Hopefully I can review other Legend Quest films in the near future. For right now, to see how many people actually want to actually see this. Of course, if you want more and you want to see the other spin-off series, Netflix had the other 2 spin-off series. If you want to watch them, I did review one of them. But once more, it's up to you if you want to see them or not. I honestly got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.